WBON TV is at the Richmond Chamber of Commerce breakfast, where rising drug use and rising overdoses are a topic of discussion.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, they'll treat you like family. Come in and drive away in a new-to-you vehicle, courtesy of King Brothers, or visit kingbrotherscars.com to see their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Obviously, it's been said many times, it's actually an epidemic. We've probably never seen anything to impact the entire country in such a negative way. It's so hard to reverse the trend. I can talk on it for Madison County. We've seen a huge spike in opioid use over the last 3 to 4 years. Unfortunately, now we're seeing an increase in methamphetamine use. And it's not just a medical problem, but it's a community problem. It affects every facet of life. It affects everybody, even if you think you're not affected by it, you are in some way in your work life, in your professional life, your social life. There's nobody that's exempt from this terrible epidemic.
We have a number of different kind of things that are going on in our community. It's no surprise that drugs are still a factor. Last year we saw an increase in the methamphetamine that was coming in. It's not necessarily as much of the one-step methamphetamine labs that we were seeing several years ago. There's a number of it that is coming in as ice, being brought here into the state of Kentucky. We're also seeing an increase of fentanyl-laced methamphetamine, which has its own dangers. We're finding a lot of people that have smoked methamphetamine and are having an opiate overdose. So there's a number of different kind of things that are going on out on the streets. And it's being brought, it's being imported into the state and distributed. It's coming in, being pushed out to local dealers and dealt from there. You know, our drug problem and drug epidemic continues to get worse. We can go statewide. In 2015, we lost 1,248 people to drug overdoses. 2016, 1,404. And last year, they're still working on the numbers, but last I heard, it was over 1,500 people lost their lives last year to drug overdoses. And so we're trending in the wrong direction. And so a lot of the things that we're talking about and trying to push people in the direction of is prevention. If we can spend or invest in the lives of our youth to try to keep them from walking down the path of addiction, and there's a number of different kind of risk factors basically that we look at. Family history, early drug use, and biological are just 3 of the most common. And so if we can keep people from trying something the first time to set off that biological predisposition, then hopefully we can start to curb that drug usage later on.
With WBON TV, I'm Lance Gaither. And for more stories like these, go to WBONTV.com.